I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The Eagles actually take on the Redskins in week 1. Like, it's tomorrow. Oh, man, I can't wait. 1 o'clock, the Linc. Now, listen. The Eagles will have some rust. You need to know that going in. If you expect the Eagles to just go out there, score 50 points, stop the Redskins from scoring every time defensively, that's not how it's going to be. There's going to be rust involved. That's the nature of the beast. That's the way it's going to be since teams don't play all their players in preseason, so live with it. But here's the most important thing to remember as well. We are more talented than them. So once that rust comes off, the Eagles will be totally fine. You know what else is totally fine? Me giving you a free $20, and you can use the promo code BROADS at SeatGeek's checkout page when purchasing tickets. Why would you not want a free $20? What you need to look at in regards to tomorrow. I find it interesting, the whole Nigel Bradham thing. It somewhat got slipped under the rug there. It just got shooed, and it's weird, but this is the thing. The culture's fine, and the locker room will take care of little tiny situations like that. Doug Peterson did what he needed to do with Nigel Bradham. He will play. Now, I wonder if he would have played if we had some more substance at linebacker. Reality is we don't, and he is playing. So it's just weird, though, because Nigel Bradham elected to not tell anybody about the news. He didn't want to tell anyone that he wasn't going to be on the road trip to the 4th preseason game. It's out there. But I trust this locker room, and I trust Doug Peterson that something silly and small like that, it's really not going to be the difference in winning the Super Bowl or not, or winning this game or not. That's just reality. So it is what it is. You move on from it. In terms of what the Redskins might give us, they blitz. They blitz against Wentz. Because here's the thing. It's not so much that the blitz is so effective against Wentz, because realistically it's not. We have a great offensive line. We're able to pick up blocks, absolutely. But it's because if you sit back and give Wentz time, he does damage against this Redskins defense. So you kind of have to pick one of your two options. You either blitz Wentz and he does okay, or you give him time in the pocket to make decisions and you get rocked with that. So you might see a lot of blitzes coming from the Redskins, and we will have to see this team provide the blocks for Carson Wentz, give him time, pick up those blocks, and I definitely think that this team will handle that fine. I would assume that Doug Peterson knows that this will be coming as well. So I want to see how we use our running backs in those situations. How well will those backs pick up blitzes in those moments? But keep an eye out for that. And speaking of blocking, Brandon Brooks is playing. It's crazy. It blows my mind. This guy tore his Achilles, 8-9 months ago? And he had his mind set to play on week 1, and he really is. Now, I hope that we're not pushing it, because there's no reason to push it. So, I would expect Doug Peterson to know that as well. So, for him to go, I would assume that he's really fine, and he's really ready to go. It's just crazy that he was that determined to get back for week 1, and he made it happen. That's a crazy mindset. That's a crazy offseason. All of the training that he had to go through to make it actually happen. God bless him, because that had to have been a tough road, a tough recovery, and he really finds himself running out of the tunnel for the first game of the season at the Linc. I would have never thought in a million years. I would have expected Vaitai to be in that role for at least week 1, maybe week 2, maybe week 3, just because there's no reason to rush it. But I believe everyone knows there's no reason to rush it. So that means to me that he's perfectly fine and able to go, because they wouldn't put him in a situation where things can get worse. Our D-line should feast against the Redskins' offensive line, especially that left side. I mean, come on. We should go to town. I expect Malik Jackson to have a day. Of course, we know about Fletcher Cox and what he could bring to the table. Timmy Jernigan, I love it. Now, one guy who has had some noise and some praise was Vinny Curry. So I wonder what we're going to get out of Vinny Curry. But as a whole, this defensive front should feast and eat up on this Redskins offensive line. And let's be real, Case Keenum back there isn't anything scary. He's not someone who is going to find a ways to demolish our defense. So, which brings me back to my original point. No matter how much rust there is, we are more talented. We have a better roster. So as long as we knock that rust off and we're able to play the way that we know we can play, we should be totally fine. Now, the Eagles are a 10-point favorite into this game. I think the Eagles win easily, but I don't know if they win by 10 or more. You can win a football game by 9, 8, 7 points and still be in command and still be in control the entire game. I believe that that's what you're going to see out of this Eagles team. I don't know if they will cover the 10 points, though. I would take the money line personally, and because it's going to be a hefty money line, I will parlay it with other money lines around the Sunday 1 o'clock day. But some guys I want to look at. I want to look at Ronald Darby. I want to look at Sidney Jones because I've been on the airwaves here for a while now saying I believe Sidney Jones is equivalent to Nick Pavetta. I want to see Sidney Jones. Now, he gets the nod. We also have Avonte Maddox there, and Rasul Douglas will be in the mix. I want to look at our cornerback crew and how they play. But I also am so intrigued by Miles Sanders. How is Miles Sanders going to look? Is he going to be like a young Shady, if you will, with his cuts, with his explosiveness and running for 50-yard plays? Will we see that out of Miles Sanders? And what's Jordan Howard's role going to be? Is he going to get some first down touches where he makes a nice 6-yard run? Is he going to get it on 3rd and short and plow right up the middle in between the tackles? I'm curious to see how Doug Peterson elects to utilize those two running backs specifically. What about Dallas Goedert? What's his role going to be? He had a little role last year. Well, what's his role going to be this year? We want to see Deshaun Jackson, but all around, this Eagles team should take care of business without a doubt. You also have the energy of the crowd, all right? And I got to tip my cap to the Chicago Bears fans for the first 3 series of the game Thursday night against the Packers because the energy was crazy. It was electric. It was dynamite. It was loud as can be. And the Eagles fans are going to be the same exact way, but they're going to keep that intensity up throughout. It's not going to drop. It's not going to drop and turn into booze like it did at Soldier Field. It's going to be good energy. It's going to be a loud, drunk stadium, and I can't wait to hear it on my television. I love being at the Linc. It's such an unreal place to be. It's a crazy environment, and I'm pumped about it. Now, let's talk about some Redskins things, because Jordan Reed is not going to be in the lineup. And I feel bad for this guy because it's another concussion, and at this point, you would have to look at his career and say, is it time to maybe question how worth it really is? Because he's been through a lot of head injuries. The guy's good. He has talent. The problem is he can't stay healthy, and he keeps taking these head injuries over and over again every single season. It's scary. It's scary to think about. How about this Smallwood thing, by the way? He gets interviewed asking about the Eagles and all that, and he's like, yeah, I'm not giving any information away. I won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Those guys are my brothers. Now, either he's lying or the Redskins are that pathetic to the point where they're not asking Wendell Smallwood for any tips on the Eagles. Because it's obvious. That's what you do. You pick up a guy in your division. You're not going to ask him about some plays. Of course you are. So he's either lying to the media or the Redskins are that much of a dumpster fire. I could see both happening, really. But I'm leaning towards the Redskins being that much of a dumpster fire. Now, this news popped up today, actually. Alshon Jeffrey had his contract restructured, opened up some cap space. I wonder if Malcolm Jenkins has something to do with that, because we knew he was unhappy. He didn't go to the voluntary stuff early on in the training camp stuff, and I get it. He wants his money, and he's proven a point, yet when it's time to be there, he is there, which speaks high value of him. But I believe this move has something to do with maybe Malcolm Jenkins getting the contract that he wants to get. And I respect that. This is why Howie Roseman is so good. He doesn't wait for all of it to happen at once. For example, the Dallas Cowboys have to worry about Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, some linemen, and linebacker, and who else am I missing? Amari Cooper, all at once. There's so much to juggle around. Howie makes things happen throughout time, so it's not all 5 big pieces happening at one time. That's why I love Howie Roseman. He's so good with working money around. It is nuts to think about. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm that excited about it. I'm actually producing a show on 97.3 ESPN tomorrow morning, countdown the kickoff from 10 to 12 to lead into the Eagles game, so that'll be fun to do. I can't wait. I get the goosebumps. I get the chills watching all kinds of Eagles hype videos over the last few days because, let's be real, I'm ready. I am so ready. I've been waiting since training camp started, and it's wild that it's actually here. It's so hard to even comprehend. It seems like a dream, but it's not a dream. It's actually in front of us. 1 o'clock, there will be a kickoff at the Linc. The place is going to be nuts. The fans, the team running out of the tunnel. Eagles should win this football game. All right? There's no doubt about it. The Eagles should win this game. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.